Well, it's about time. Getting ready to paint the ceiling. This is what I'm using. Ultra Pure White Bare Interior Ceiling Flat. Okay, you can buy this. It already comes pre-mixed, and you just make sure you get them to shake that at the store. And I'm hoping, I'm not sure if 2 gallons is going to cover. I only got 4 ceilings to do, because the other ceilings after that are going to go semi-gloss in the closets, in the bathrooms, storage little areas, that kind of stuff. Okay, but the quandary is the walls, the existing walls and the existing ceilings throughout here have all been painted the same color, tan color. Okay, beige. And I'm not quite sure if one coat of this flat white is going to cover. Now, I talked to the guy at the Home Depot, my favorite hardware store where I got this. Of course, that's the only place you can get bare, I believe. And he said this particular product comes just a hair thicker than regular flat paint. Okay, because it's going on a ceiling. And in most cases, you only need 1 coat because your ceilings may be old and tired and a dirty white anyway. So you put a fresh coat of white paint on there and voila, you're ready to go. Well, I'm not sure if 1 coat's gonna cover. And the reason why I'm gonna do it now is it's supposed to snow for the next few days, and it may be difficult for me to even get to the job site, let alone start painting and running back and forth to Home Depot. Because if this doesn't cover in 1 coat, then I'm going to end up going to Home Depot at the end of today to get some more of this paint and to get the wall paint. And I don't know if you were with me before, but I got just a little sample container like this. You can get them to mix this up, a color sample, costs you $2. And even if you use 1 little paintbrush out of here, you cannot take it back. See that? Not returnable. So Momi decided she wanted Willow the Wisp. Willow the Wisp is what it's called. Willow the Wisp. And it's got just a hair lavender in it and some gray. And she thought, you know, based on the sample, she thought she would like it. And I thought, you know, I'm gonna get a sample little mix. That way, if you don't like it on the walls, I'm going to put up a little sample here and there, which I've already done. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. But if you don't like it, then you don't have to decide that after you bought a whole 5-gallon paint container and you opened it up and you've already had it pre-mixed and you put it on the wall and you're like, I don't know if I like that. And the paint store's not going to return it because you've already, it was a pre-mix and that's the one you wanted. So see, it's always good to get little things like this. If you're undecided or you're pretty sure of one main color, you might want to get 2 or 3 different samples of different colors, you know, that you might like. First choice, second choice, third choice, let's say. Get 3 of those. Cost you $6 total, 2, 4, 6. And put a little bit on the wall. And you can put them in different areas and kind of side by side or something like that. Now see, here's my little patch right there. And I decided I'm going to put it on a shady wall, and I'm going to put it where the sun is coming in so that she could stand back and kind of take a look at it. And that's the sample. That's an eggshell finish, which is kind of between a flat and a semi-gloss. It's almost like a satin. And I always like to do that on bedroom walls and all throughout the house because it gives you just a little bit of sheen in case you need to wash your walls in certain areas. And it still looks a matte finish enough that you don't really know it's like semi-gloss or anything like that. Of course, you wouldn't want semi-gloss, and it's gonna show any imperfections on the wall. That's why a lot of people use flat, because once you put flat paint on walls, it kind of hides a lot of discrepancies and variations and patches and all kinds of stuff. But then if you go to clean it or wipe it or something, generally You can't do it. Even if you got, look, my thumb is not that dirty. But can you see that mark right there? Look at that, right there. That's just from the oils. And granted, I've got a little bit of smudge on there, but hardly anything. That's what you get on a flat wall. See that? If I try to wipe that off with simple green and sponge it off, it might not come off all the way. And then you rub and rub and rub on it. You think, okay, I got it. Well, what you're doing is you're rubbing and rubbing and rubbing, and you're taking some of the existing flat paint off around it. And after it's all said and done, you go back to the wall and you look and you think, son of a gun, it still looks dirty. See there? You can see that, can't you? I can see it. That's just from my thumb. That's on a flat wall. But if I would have done that on this with an eggshell finish, chances are it's not going to show up as much like that. And even if it did show up just a little bit, I should be able to wipe it off with simple green and a sponge to be done. That's why I like to use eggshell. But in any case, okay, so I did some little samples for her, and I was like, I don't know. If it was me, I wouldn't really like it as much as she does, because I can see just a slight lavender in it, but overall it actually looks pretty good. When we do the entire wall, you've got to stand back and you kind of have to visualize, is that the color that I really want? Because if you got the little samples that they give you at the store and you hold that up to the wall and you think, yeah, that's what I want. It never really gives you the benefit of a bigger patch, because you see these walls are all the same color. They're not that dark color, and see the ceiling's the same color too. Right there, it looks like the ceiling's a lighter color than the wall, doesn't it? But it's just because of the shade, the shadow on it. That's the same color. Look over here. See that? It's the same. That's the same there. That's the same. And that over there is the same. It's actually that color. Look here. The same color coming in. Look how dark it is over there. That's just what happens on paint samples. So when you put paint on a wall and you get the sample is always lighter. Whenever you paint the entire wall, it's always darker. That's because most of your walls are in the shade. Look at that. And then when the sun comes in, usually it's just on one area. See, like how this is coming in. And the sun moves around all day long, obviously. So anyways, I wanted to give her enough little samples on the wall. So that was the master bedroom. That was the guest room. And so I wanted to do it out in the main one because I wanted to give her kind of a feel of what it would be like to have the walls that color. Like that. And she appreciated it and she liked it. She likes that, so that's what we're going to get. So I wanted to do those samples before I went and got a 5-gallon container. So now I'm going to go back to Home Depot, and I'm going to get a 5-gallon container of that. I think 5 gallons is going to be enough. And you can measure up the square footage of your walls and all that kind of stuff. But I've got the garage still to do, so if I've got overage, I'm going to end up doing the garage too. And if depending if I have enough on the garage, see, it's just a small little garage. Okay, and if I have enough, I'll do the ceiling the same colors as the walls. If I have enough of that eggshell left. If I don't have enough of the eggshell left, and if I have some extra white semi-gloss paint, I'll paint the ceiling white and then use the eggshell on the walls, or I'm also going to have to get that same will-o'-the-wisp for bathrooms and some other areas. I wrote everything down so I didn't forget which walls she wants eggshell, which walls she wants semi-gloss, and all that kind of stuff. So, but going back to how much do you need, you can look on the paint can and you can measure up all your square footage, and then you can tell the store how many square feet you have, and you look on the paint cans, and it generally varies depending how many coats, obviously, you're gonna put on the wall. I'm hoping to just put one coat on the walls. This is supposed to be primer and finish, and it looks like it's gonna cover in one coat. Okay, but measure it up, and sometimes 250 to 300 square feet. Maybe you can squeeze out 400 square feet. It just kind of depends what's on the wall and what you're putting on the wall. If you're putting flat, eggshell, semi-gloss, and all that, it always varies. So that's why I thought I'll just get a 5-er. I'll just get a 5-gallon container, push it around, and see where I'm at the end of the day. In fact, I may end up looking on my samples before I get it, because see, if I get 4 gallons, why not get 5? It's cheaper to get a 5-gallon container than it is 5 single-gallon containers, and then it's easier to work out a 5-gallon bucket if you don't have a 5-gallon bucket. Now back to this white paint. They have it in 2 gallons. This is a 2-gallon container. But you know, some paints you can get in 2 gallons. In case it's hard for you to maneuver 5 gallons, I'm just going to take one gallon of that and put in there. Use my strainer. Or it's not a strainer, it's a grid. And I'll roll off my roller on that. Well, I can't do that in a 2-gallon, could I? But if I had a 5, then you got to cart the 5-gallon container around all over the place. If I did have a 5 of something, I would probably have a separate container, and I'd pour 2 gallons of the 5 into this bucket, let's say for finish for the walls or something like that. Then you don't have to cart around and lift up a 5-gallon container and move it all around, you know.